Rick, when it comes to Quenton Jackson, what have you seen from his kind of progression from when you guys first got him to now in terms of his table-setting point guard or on a team kind of skills?
Yeah, he's continued to grow and progress. He's in reality really more of a hybrid player, but he always rises to the opportunity. And when we've needed him to play two, I know he started at two some games last year. He did it well. When we needed him to fill in at point guard, he makes it work. And so the thing you can always bank on with him is that you're going to get boundless energy and a real unselfish effort.
You see a way he could, with the injuries you guys now have, but the one figure into what you guys are doing at point guard going forward a little bit?
What do you mean? What do you mean could?
Probably will, I would assume.
He already is.
Yeah.
He already is. Yeah.
How's Ben Shepard coming along? How's his injury, I guess, and how much has he gotten to do the past couple of days and will he be available tomorrow?
He participated in part of practice today. He will not play tomorrow. But he's on a good path, and this is just we just got to bring it up the right way and make sure that he's okay. So I'd say he's doubtful to play Monday, but he will do a lot of work over the weekend. And so maybe next Friday in San Antonio could be a possibility as far as game action. But I do expect him to get into live action early next week.
What's your hope overall for these next couple of preseason games? I mean, you've had the chance to digest the first one. What are some things you want to work on and want to see?
It's hard, efficient play. We're involving new guys. We have some upheaval with TJ being out for a significant period of time, and so we've got to make those adjustments. And so, an opportunity to look at all those different things tomorrow. Against a world championship team. So it's a great opportunity.
How have you seen them handle the upheaval so far? Just in terms of these guys getting used to Cam running, I guess, the second unit. I mean, how have you seen everybody sort of coalesce around?
Cam's doing well. He's a veteran. He's a pro. He's come in here and it's obvious that he's kept himself in shape, ready for the opportunity wherever it came. And he is a guy that's a threat to score. He drives it, he shoots long range, and he has feel for the game. Our defensive system is a little different than what he's played, but after 2 live practices, he's making progress.
So seems like he's a guy who's perfectly willing to do the pickup 94 feet sort of thing. I mean, that seems like that plays into stuff he would like to do, right? Is he taking to that pretty quickly?
Cam Payne he's an aggressive player by nature, and so the full court pickup feeds right into that aggression, and he's a guy that's always looked to do that, similar to the way that Andrew Nembhard does it too. So, yeah, I mean, and look, some of this is going to be by committee. Q's got to be ready, Cam will be ready. Ray J. Dennis is doing well after he missed some time leading up to training camp in the first few days. So, look, he's got to figure it all out.
Go ahead. There you go. I think we saw Tyrese in Minnesota sitting between some of your assistants. Is there anything you want him to get out of those situations or this season when he is observing games in a different way?
Well, where have you been? He's always in my seat.
Well, I didn't know it was different this season with
instead of 6 minutes at a time when he's out of the game. Now he's sitting there the whole game. So this is an important year for him to take the game in from a different perspective. I've taken 2 years off my coaching career, and both times it was just a very it was a very positive opportunity to view the game from a wider lens and to see a lot of the bigger picture dynamics that are going on. In one case, I had been an assistant and had been very focused on one side of the ball. And then, that year was 2000, 2001. I got a chance to study the game, looking at it more as hopefully a first-time head coach sometime soon, which happened the next year with Detroit. And then another time I took a year between head coaching things, and it was the same thing. It's a recharge opportunity, and it's a reference point opportunity.
What do you like about what Jay Huff has brought, not just from a playing standpoint, but from kind of a personality, not some bonding situation, but it seems like he's kind of a guy with an interesting, sense of humor, but also a guy who's been through a lot to get to this playing time.
Interesting University of Virginia guy?
Yes, interesting University. That's what I'm saying. Seems very sophisticated.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. We like him. He understands the game. He has feel. He's learning about a different level of conditioning right now, and so that's a great opportunity for him. His shooting is very important, when he's in the game, and so a lot of things to like.
You being here the last couple of years, how would you say that your abilities as like a traditional point guard caretaker type have developed?
With just being able to play behind Ty, TJ, Drew, just being able to, go to the playoffs, even though I was ineligible, and see the way these guys kind of just work through all the adversity and everything that happens throughout the year. It's kind of like secondhand taught me how to, be a point guard. So I would say that's why.
When you are a combo guard, does it feel different when you're asked to set up anything, or is it still just play the way you want it fits in the system?
Well, because of our offense, it kind of don't really feel too much different. 9 times out of 10, if our point guard can't get the ball, then me as a combo guard, I would have to bring it up and initiate offense. So, obviously the spotlight would be a little bit more on me, but at the same time, it's all the same.
What's, to you, the most important thing you feel like you've got to keep in mind when you're operating as a point guard versus just kind of attacking?
Well, I don't really keep nothing in mind. I don't really try and put too much pressure on myself. I just kind of go out there and play the way that I know we should play, which is, with a pace. And so as long as I keep that in my head, don't really try and do too much, just keep it simple.
Do you see this with 2 injuries in front of you as an opportunity to maybe show a little bit at that position or something?
It's definitely an opportunity, but like I said again, I'm not trying to put too much pressure on myself. Just kind of go out there and play the way I've been playing, keep getting my guys involved, keep the pace in the game.
You feel like you did that in Minnesota?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I did a good job. I had a couple reads that I know I should have made that I didn't, but looking over film, we'll fix that.
How do you feel like you've just grown with every opportunity, I guess? You've been thrown into a bunch of scenarios going back to last year when a bunch of guys got hurt. Playing a lot down the stretch last year, toward the end of your G League stuff. How have you taken each of these opportunities to help grow your game, and how do you think you become a better player than last year?
Well, I just kind of stay ready. In this game, you never know when the opportunity is gonna come, and when they do come, you got to be ready. So whether they come today, whether they come 2 months from now, whether they come a year and a half from now, my job is to stay in the gym, make sure I'm ready as a professional. When my number called, go out there and do what I do.
With Tyrese injured, what have you observed from Andrew in terms of on, off the court leadership, just the way he's carried himself?
Just his confidence, just his swag, his flow within the game. I think he knows this is going to be a big year for him. And then he's starting to talk a little bit more. I would say the first couple of years I got here, Drew wasn't really too much of a talkative person if you know him, but he's starting to come out his shell. He's starting to be somewhat of a vocal leader now, which I think is big for his development as well. But other than that, like I said, his swag, his confidence, everything about his game is just amplified now.
You played with Jay with Wizards, correct?
Yeah.
How do you see his personality either change from then to now, or how it fits into what you guys do?
Jay Huff is the same person. Jay Huff is literally the same person. He's a great guy. He's somebody I would literally trust my life with. His wife is an even better person. And I think he fits into the system just because, like I said, we got a locker room full of good guys. He comes in, he brings the same thing. He also can, get into a little mindset where it's like, okay, if it's time to go, he can go too. So I love Huff. That's my dog right there.
What's it just mean to see him, get a real shot here? Because obviously this is, I think, his 4th team. It's been, he's done a lot of the kind of same stuff that you have, 2-way contracts.
Yeah.
What's it like to see him get?
Well, I'm always rooting for Huff because my first year in, I was playing with Huff. So me and Huff always been two peas in a pod. So wherever Huff go, it don't matter if he go overseas, it don't matter where he go. I'm always rooting for Huff. So, to have him here with me again, it's something special. I think it tells what type of player he is, how resilient he is. That's my dog. I love it.
Drew, what do you think of what you guys did in Minnesota and how you guys executed it? What do you want to see better in your next couple games?
Yeah, I thought it was a solid game for us. I think, just getting back into it, trying to recreate all that connectivity that we have. I think we did a solid job of just picking up, playing hard, trying to wear on them, especially in those first 2-3 quarters.
And you specifically feel the opening five, you guys connected right away.
Yeah, we're still feeling it out. We're still getting used to each other. Thought we did a solid job of kicking the ball ahead, moving on and off the ball.
More so going against him in your career, but any early impressions of campaign being with you guys for a few days?
Yeah, I mean, veteran guy, understands a lot of what we're doing pretty quickly. I think he'll get more and more comfortable.
How have you seen, since he got here 2 seasons ago, Quenton Jackson develop specifically skills that he would need to be a one? He's kind of a combo guard, but he's filled in a point guard very often. How have you seen him growing in that specific?
Well, I mean, our guards pick up full court, play hard on that defensive side, compete. I think he's natural competitor. I think on offense is going to continue slowing down for him. The reads, what he wants to get out of everything.
You talked about learning just by watching you and Ty. Does he ever ask you stuff? Is it just literally sitting off to the side watching? How has that relationship kind of been a thing?
Yeah, we're always bouncing stuff off of each other, Yeah, we see the game in certain ways. We might be watching something, we're just talking about it. We're always around each other on and off the court, so it's like when we're talking hoops, we'll just fall into things like that.
Is it going to feel playing with Thunder again?
It's gonna be nice. Can't wait.
Opening night or just preseason both will feel the same?
Hugh just said you have a little more swag maybe than when he first met you, maybe a little more talkative. How have you tried to be a little more outgoing?
Yeah, I just want to gain the respect of players. First when I'm getting here, I'm young. Leave it at that.
Is it beneficial to be a little more talkative now when you're a point guard compared to off guard, now fourth year in the league?
For sure, I think there's things I see on both sides of the floor that I can help guys with, and it's my responsibility to kind of talk and lead/direct in those moments.
You say earn the respect that you've played with them for years. Is that you mean like as a leader or like as a voice?
As a player, I think initially when you get here, I want to earn the respect as a player first. So I got the guys that can listen to me when I want to talk. I've always been someone who's tried to lead by example more.